Cool.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Sidrit's podcast. I'm super excited to have Chris Bourdon today. He's an entrepreneur and also the owner of Chosen Homes. We're going to get to know him a little more today, but yeah, super excited, guys. Chris, welcome.
Thank you for having me on.
We made it happen after all the tech problems here, but yeah.
I know we're real estate guys, not tech guys. Well, exactly. I'm trying to be a tech guy.
we will. Hey, so tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and what do you do?
So I am Chris Bourdon. Been in real estate for just over 5 years now. Navy vet, so I was down in Virginia for 4 years. When I got out, I just got into real estate because I had bought a house while I was in, and God, this is the corniest thing, but my realtor had the car that I wanted, and I was like, okay, well, he can afford the car that I want, so the job must be good. I had nothing else planned, so I got my license, started working at the same brokerage as him, and my broker just kind of took me under her wing, and I was only an agent for 8 months before I found real estate investing. I represented a client where it was a 3-month closing. It was a headache. I mean, the water was shut off during our inspections. It dragged out. I made $900 on this deal because it was just so cheap. And the whole time the guy's giggling because he's going to make $70,000 on the flip. And he kept on telling me that. And I was like, okay, I got to go home. I got to Google real estate investing and I got to learn what this guy's doing because clearly he's doing something better than me. And I stumbled upon a Max Maxwell wholesaling video. Looking back, I think it was like his second or third video. So he was really just getting started on the content side of things. And yeah, I took that, ran with it, and just brick wall after brick wall until I figured out how to wholesale. And then it slowly rolled into this.
So interesting, man, because you have people that hate flipping, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, but like what you say, it's so true. Real estate is not like selling sunset. There's so many sides to it and so many angles where when you start, your commission may not be great and you may only be doing rentals, right? And yep. Imagine working 3 months for a $900 commission. So thank you for speaking the truth.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, people don't realize all the intricacies that come with real estate. Really it's just a struggle too. Because even me, I was like, oh, nice car, works at a nice office. All he does is walk around and show people houses. I was like, oh, that job's cake. It is far from that.
Yeah, and especially when you're young, generating leads is no easy task, man. I mean, even asking your family members, it's like they're probably your biggest supporter. Your close network is probably your biggest supporter initially, but it's tough. It's a grind, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it seems like you're doing well. I've followed you for a couple of years on Instagram and socials. You're doing a lot. You're doing a lot of like renovations, flippings. How has, tell us the good parts about real estate, how it has impacted your life.
Man, that's a heavy question. I mean, it's changed my life. I don't think I'm the same person after getting into real estate as I was, because it just takes an entire, mindset shift to be in this business for a long period of time. Because you're changing from an employee mindset to an entrepreneur, whether you're just an agent or really anybody in the real estate space or industry. You are some sort of entrepreneur. You work for yourself. You have to generate your own leads, like you said. You have to be in business for yourself. So a lot of self-development that has pushed me to become who I am, and obviously the financial side of things. There aren't many jobs where you make a couple of phone calls, go take a couple pictures of a house, and then you make $10,000. Like there's there's not very many things like that. So yeah, I
Do
mean,
you do
there's
wholesaling too? You do a lot
I
of
do, I
wholesale?
do. Yeah, that's really the backbone of the business. As soon as I learned how to, I watched that Max Maxwell video. So it took me, 3 months to close that deal, made $900, and then I decided, oh, with this $900, I'm going to go learn how to wholesale. Well, then it took me 6 months to close my first wholesale deal. So let's just say the credit started up here, and by the time I closed the deal, I was looking at like a 520 credit score because not many bills were being paid during that time. So
That's
um,
it's the harsh reality, right? I mean,
yeah,
and you get a
you got
lot
to
of
push through that stuff
flexibility
though.
with the real estate. You get so many benefits, but what people confuse is that you're kind of like working 24/7, right?
Hmm.
Especially you got a deal that you're working with other contractors or other professionals. They'll call you like, I don't know. I was speaking to another real estate agent and he's like, flipping sucks, man. Like I had like contractors, plumbers calling me at 5 a.m. bitching and moaning to me. And I'm like, I so get that.
On one of my
uh,
houses, I had a plumber come through to fix a leak in the tub or something like that. What was it? A leak in the shower. And when they went to snake the drain, they drilled straight through the drain pipe. And so that they texted me a picture. They said, hey, something went wrong. They texted me a picture and it's from down below in the den. And there's a drill bit, like a 4 or 5 inch drill bit into the ceiling that they had plugging the hole that they had busted through the pipe. And
oh
just
my
then
god.
they send me I was like, what is that? They send me a video and it's just water pouring through the ceiling into the den. They're like,
Oh
yeah,
my god.
something happened. I'm like, I was paying you guys like $250 to come out and fix like a clogged drain or whatever the issue was. And they just destroyed it. They ended up fixing the problem for like $2,500, but never patched the ceiling. So not only did I end up having to pay way more to get a problem fixed that wasn't fixed, but then I had to go back. I'm sanding the ceiling down. I'm patching up the ceiling. So
Patching it
yeah,
up.
you got to find the right people. That's one of the key things.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So wholesaling seems like it's the backbone of chosen homes.
Yep, yep. Wholesaling, and we're working our way into flipping more. It all kind of plays into the larger DAO structure that we're building for the blockchain side of things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So the wholesaling piece, so you get something under contract. How does it work? Do you sell it? You go and put it on the market yourself right after, and then, or do you have the capital to buy it and then put it in the market? How does that work?
Yeah, so we haven't done many of those close and relist deals. I've only done maybe 2 of them. It's just more difficult, more closing costs, longer time frame. You're taking on more responsibility.
Mhm.
And the way that we're doing it now is as we move into this beta testing phase for our marketplace, those deals that are under contract are tokenized and put on our marketplace and sold there.
I see. I see. Yeah. So tell us a little more about that. So you're trying to create a type of DAO, right? A decentralized autonomous organization
Mhm.
that will, like let us into it's part of the Cardano blockchain. So
Yep.
yeah, tell us a little more, man. I'm super excited to
Yeah.
hear.
It's the DAO aspect of it is more the later part of it, right? Because that really what the DAO has to do with is the governance side of it, which is really like the final phase. Once everything is in place, operational, then we kind of essentially hand the keys over to the community, and that's when the governance model comes into play, creating the DAO. So as of right now, we're an LLC, and we are building this platform to then transition into a DAO down the road. The way it works, though, is that the DAO is basically consistent of 4 main parts, which is our stake pool. So we have a Cardano stake pool, which for everybody that isn't, really into crypto, I've always described a stake pool as like a community savings account, essentially. You're taking your crypto, you're putting it into a small node on the network, which allows the network to grow. And with that, you receive 3 to 5% compounding rewards for being a part of the network growth and stability. So,
gotcha.
We have a stake pool.
So you're funding your projects with that, rewarding your community by giving them, is that a Cardano token, or is it a separate token in the Cardano?
So the stake pool is for ADA, so Cardano's native currency.
Gotcha.
We are not, it gives out ADA rewards, not chosen just yet.
That's fine, yeah.
We are not actually using the stake pool to use, we're not using that funds for any real estate operations or flips or anything.
Gotcha.
That money is more or less just to grow the network and to create a stable investment
platform
point platform for our users. We just want to create like a stable node on the network. We have so we want to just create that community savings account. That's really all that's for.
Gotcha.
And then it is built with a 1% margin, which stake pools basically operate on. They have a fixed cost. So with every time a block is minted, ADA is given to that pool, and then a set portion of that is the fixed cost, and that goes to the stake pool operations. And then there's what's called a margin, which is ours is 1%. So 1% of those rewards given to the pool is typically used as profit for the stake pool operator, where we are actually using that to combine with our other community campaign, Team T's. And with those two things, we'll be purchasing, renovating, and donating a house.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool. So, the pool of money, so the investment that people will make, and eventually you said that ultimately that's going to lead to the DAO being formed, or the decentralized autonomous organization. So you're saying that this pool of funds, or these investors, or this community will later decide what happens with the company and with the future of, is that correct? Am I understanding it correctly?
Yeah. So I started with the stake pool because the stake pool is kind of the least involved, actually. Yes, our delegators will, by holding chosen coins, they will be able to vote on DAO governance. So help make decisions when it comes to what properties are being put on the platform and tokenized, what flips are being done, parameter changes to the structure of the DAO, period.
Gotcha.
But I started with the stake pool just because that's a stake pool is, it's not necessarily needed in this whole operation. Like I said, we're not using the funds from that. Really, the more important aspects of the DAO structure are the marketplace and the treasury. So
Gotcha.
the marketplace is where we tokenize and list our properties or our deals. So initially, the phase that we're moving into right now is the phase 1 for our DFA tokens, which are our deals for assignment. So that's where that wholesaling comes into play. We acquire deals, we verify them, we go through all of the due diligence and put together a package for our investors, tokenize it and put it on our marketplace.
That's so interesting. So not to put you on the spot here, but if I am an investor, what would you tell me? Why should I put my money in Chosen Homes, the pooled funds? Give me your 30 seconds
the
or
sales
a minute.
pitch.
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, if you're trying to support Chosen and what we have going on, yes, the stake pool is one way to do so. But truthfully, like if I'm giving you a sales pitch, I'm talking more about the actual Chosen coins and moving in that direction.
Gotcha.
So the sales pitch is we're creating a bridge for real estate to be put on the blockchain in a decentralized manner.
And helping. No, I mean, not. I'm trying to find the benefits of everything that you told me, and one of them is you're trying to build communities, right? You're trying to build home for people that may not have the means, right, to get there. And that's great, right? You can't. I'm sure you can find lots of people that want to do the same, and especially with housing costs these days, it makes sense that a lot of people need a lot of help. But the future of real estate, I think it's super exciting, man. And I think getting ahead of it like you are in this manner, it's gonna, like, make you be at the top of the pack or leading this, because you'll have like 3D printed homes, and like people do not
giving away
realize
our secrets.
Yeah.
Giving away the secrets.
but it's like, I talk to a lot of like wholesalers and like new construction folks and developers, and they don't believe in crypto. They don't believe in this technology, and I think they will come to find out, kind of like with social media, right? That people missed out, including myself, right? We started very late in the game. It's like, it's the future, because people that use it wisely, people that use it in a positive way to make an impact, those will be the leaders of the industries. And I applaud you for doing this.
I appreciate it. So I do want to double down and give you some real benefits. So with the marketplace, our phase one is it's simplifying wholesalers' jobs. So our LaunchPad, our REI Success LaunchPad, is a NFT token pass. You purchase the pass, you hold that pass, it gives you access to all of these. We have a weekly meetup, you get discounted marketing, training, all the contracts, everything needed. Basically, I hold people's hands and get them to their first deal, and then it's a closed group of 100 investors that all help each other learn their market and become successful in real estate investing, starting with wholesaling.
Gotcha.
So not just those benefits, but you're cutting off the entire second half of a wholesaler's job. They no longer have to sell their deal. So now once their deal is approved, it just goes on to the marketplace. And so we're saving time and money there, as well as helping them learn real estate investing. And then on the second side of that, as a buyer or an investor, flipper, they no longer have to do all of the due diligence. So we're cutting off the front half of their job, because now they can go onto our marketplace and they know that the title search has already been done. All of the documentation that is needed is there. The house is ready to be purchased. All they have to do is sign the assignment contract and give that to the attorney, bring the funds and close. And that's just phase one. like our phase 2 of the marketplace, our flip tokens, that is going to allow for people that aren't in real estate at all to benefit and earn from real estate investing by crowdsourcing funds in a way where they are completely hands off.
Gotcha.
And then phase 3, I don't want to dive too far into this, but we definitely need to talk more because you're on the mortgage lending side of things. So I know you'll be very interested in this. We are developing our phase 3, a way to sell homes directly from the marketplace on our own lending terms.
That's amazing.
So we should be able to help homeowners that struggle to get qualified for mortgage. People with low credit scores or just, debts that they can't, that they can't get off their record, whatever the case may be. So
one thing about the lending portion of it is if it's a primary residence, I think that's where we need more regulation, because right now, if anything is you're lending to a primary residence, you're probably gonna get into the Truth in Lending Act and qualified mortgage rules, which will which you have like obligations by the federal government to oblige by compliance stuff, which I think it's kind of vague in the crypto world, right?
Right.
However, for investments, I think it's a totally different ball game, or commercial, it's a totally different ball game where it's less regulated and you can do much more, much quickly, probably without breaking the rules, right? Because you're not obliged to give certain compliance documents, and not your commercial lending, it's much it's less not regulated, but after 2008 the government put a lot of rules to protect the consumers, but those things do not apply to commercial lending, business lending, and investment properties. So it will be interesting to see how this all starts working. But yeah, I mean, in the blockchain, you're gonna see lending done in minutes instead of. I'm so excited.
Right. No, it's going to be beautiful, and I definitely want to hear some of your input when we get closer. I don't want to jump the gun and talk too much about the lending side, because it's it's still in its infant stages. But as we move through phase 2 of the marketplace and we start breaking down the barrier to entry for investors, and we build up the treasury balance to the point where we can move into the phase 3, then I definitely want to have a conversation and pick your brain a little bit.
Would love to. Yeah, would love to. How many people you got on your team now?
So on the actual chosen team, we have 8, and LaunchPad passes, we have sold 8. So we've got we are in Boston, Phoenix, Dallas, Indiana, Oklahoma City, and Virginia.
Good for you. Quickly, what are you doing to market the project?
We have we have been slow playing the marketing as of right now. We have had quite a few problems with our developer on the front facing like Web 2 side, which is crazy because we're making more progress on the like blockchain development, which is way harder. But yeah, so we've struggled with that. So we've been kind of slow playing the marketing. But now that we're getting there, we're doing social, we're on Instagram. We have a Discord that we would love people to join.
I'll
Twitter,
join yours.
Facebook. Yeah, absolutely. I'll have to drop the link for you.
Yep. Yeah, please do.
What else? We want to get back into YouTube. I've had a failed YouTube career multiple times.
Me too. Me too, man. Me too.
It's tough. It is so tough.
You know what I realized yesterday? It's you can schedule posts on YouTube, and most of these platforms don't let you schedule, right?
Mhm.
It's like I'm trying to post these podcasts on my YouTube channel, and personally, I have so much content because I'm on Instagram and all the other platforms, TikTok. I'm like, I
Mhm.
could post all my TikToks as YouTube shorts and probably schedule them for the next month, 2 months. And but it's like you don't think, and when you're a team of one, like me right now, I don't have like a social media person, like if anyone listening and is interested in co-managing this podcast, reach out to me. Eight five
There
seven
you
two
go.
three four 1144. But seriously, it's so tough, right? I want to, like do so much at the same time. Obviously we have our full-time jobs, and you have your wholesaling. I got my loan deals with my clients, helping them buy their first homes and investment properties. But it's tough managing all of it. But
It is.
YouTube, as someone said recently, YouTube is kind of like the holy grail. If you make it on YouTube and you're getting passive income from YouTube, you've made it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're set for life because those videos don't come down and they continue to rack up views. Yeah. And I've made the mistake of, I don't know what it was, lack of confidence, lack of, being sure of myself, or whatever the case. But I've taken the videos down that I had in the past,
Really?
but
Wow.
why? So I have like 30 videos archived because I started YouTube in Virginia when I was just starting wholesaling. So I didn't really know what I was doing. So I wasn't super confident about the information that I was giving, but I wanted
Interesting.
to document, where I was, the process, but I gave up on that because I didn't feel like I was giving people correct information. So it's a fine line of like documenting where you're at and what you're doing versus you just got to get over the fact that you're going to be wrong sometimes.
No, and trust me, I think if you're going in with the right intentions, that you're trying
Mhm.
to provide value and help others, which I know you are, there there's no going wrong, right? And I think guys like us that we're trying to do the right thing will actually go back and correct ourselves if we've made a mistake on something. And I've done that.
Right.
If I've posted something wrong on my Instagram, I've gone to my stories and apologized or given the right information. So there's
Yep.
no shame in that. But
And, and,
um
and that's a big thing. I mean, just being able to do that, to have the awareness to, to go back and, hey, sorry, I messed up. Here's the correct information. I think that also, gives people more reason to follow along with you and keep up with you, because they know that, hey, if he is wrong or if he does make a mistake, he'll be there to correct it. So that's big.
exactly. Exactly. Listen, would love to carry this conversation. I know we're gonna do it again, but
Yeah.
where can we follow and support you?
Instagram, we're just Chosen Homes on Instagram, Chosen Homes on Twitter. Those are our two most active platforms. And then our Discord. I don't know how I'll get that to you. Can I send you the invite link to the Discord and then you drop it
You can,
somewhere
I
with
can
the
drop it, I can drop it in the show notes as long as that doesn't change. Yeah, yeah, you
perfect,
can send me your bio and everything and I'll put it there. Uh,
perfect.
Thank you, man. Appreciate your time and look forward to hearing more about the project. And I'm sure we'll have you on the show again.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris.